18 months ago, I reviewed this iron from Cobra and was so unbelievably impressed. This is the first 3D printed iron, and I'll be honest, I was blown away. There was one downside. These were priced fairly expensive, but they were limited edition, only 500 sets were made. I'm gonna say something quite crazy here. Cobra brought out now 3 sets of 3D printed irons. And I don't say this lightly, they've reduced the price enormously, but they are still over £2,000 per set. In this video, we're going to hit the new irons, see how they perform here in the HIT studio. Be sure to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's see if these bad boys really have what it takes, these 3D printed irons. Okay, so quick background story. 18 months ago, Cobra brought out 500 sets of these bad boys, the Cobra Limited. Expensive, over 3,000, but limited edition. 3D printed irons. And the story of these irons, they can, because of the intricacy of the 3D printing, they can strip over 100 grams of weight, and they use this lattice effect, which you can actually see at the back of the club. It looks really cool. You cannot do that via casting or forging. It is impossible. You can only do it via 3D printing using the technology. And they've used that weight and then distribute it in other parts of the club, heel, toe, base of the golf club, to make it more forgiving. Now these irons haven't discontinued, they've just slightly changed, and they brought out 2 new sets to complement either side. This kind of sits in the middle. Brought out a really forgiving iron, which got in the bag, and a really bladed iron, which is also in the bag. Cobra say it's the most forgiving blade ever made. Oh, and that's the memory, the feeling. Go in then, go in then. Oh. Honestly, I was so impressed with these irons. Like I say, it was really interesting because I thought as soon as Cobra did this, I thought there was going to be lots of other brands starting to do it. I've not really seen that. I think Cobra are so far ahead of the curve with 3D printing. They've got a bit of a leapfrog on the other brands. Now this iron I'm hitting, which was limited edition 18 months ago, this with a few slight tweaks is still in the lineup. This is the 3DP iron, but this is the Tour model. So this kind of sits in the middle of the range. The Cobra logo is now more the C with the crown on, and instead of where it says limited there, it'll say 3DP Tour. And I'm glad this is staying in the range because I feel like this iron kind of suits that middle handicapper, but also stretches for better players and higher handicappers. Then they've got the new X model out, which is the ultra forgiving iron for your higher handicappers, and then also a 3D printed MB iron for your better players as well. I'm going to just hit a couple more of these just so we've got a comparison, and then we're going to hit the X's and the MBs. And by the way, I'm excited about testing these irons, certainly the MB, because they look like a blade, but they've got that extra bit of forgiveness. And if they feel anything like this, could definitely be contender for new iron in the bag. Right, let's hit a couple more of these. I mean, that first one nearly went in the hole. That's just so good. Okay, love that. Right, that then effectively is the Tour model. Let's hit some X next, which is the super forgiving model. I tell you what, give credit where credit is due. That is a beautiful, beautiful iron. I mean, it's stunning. Now, bearing in mind, these are one-piece 3D construction. I think on this model, the X, because it's a bit bigger, that window here at the back, this lattice, this almost honeycomb, is more visible. Like, you can really see it. Like, if we zoom in on a close-up there, that is so complex and complicated. It's amazing. And that's where they've kept that weight, or saved the weight, shall I say. They've saved 100 grams, certain clubs, distributed it around. I have tungsten weight in the toe and the heel to improve MOI as well. And for me, like when a golfer wants that little bit more help, why do they have to use a bit of an ugly iron? I mean, Cobra saying this is their most forgiving iron ever. And it's pricey, granted, but when you look at this and compare it to something like, came in hot like this. This is the Cobra Adapt Max. I mean, come on. The looks difference between them two is ridiculous. Like, the Cobra 3D printed looks so much better. Now, granted, it's more expensive, it is. But wow. Now, if you want to see a head-to-head for these two, maybe we'll get Guy on that, actually. I think Guy will do a good head-to-head on these two, the 3D printed X versus the Cobra Adapt Max. But God, that's not that good looking, is it? Right. We might do a review on it if it's not broken. Right, 3D printed X, 7-iron, 29 degrees. I think it's going to come out a bit like a rocket ship. I am super excited. Obviously, it's a bigger blade length than the tour that I've just been hitting. I might have to just pull the flag back 10 yards and give this a hit. Behind the ball, it's a slightly thicker top line, but not crazy. It's just nice, just a little bit of a chunkier version. I like it. I can say this with incredible confidence. That's the best feeling forgiving iron I've ever hit in my life. That was sensational. That did not feel like a forgiving iron. That felt like a blade, a forged blade, yet that was the performance. 185 yards of carry with the 7-iron, 6,000, just under 6,000 spin. The launch was really high, the ball flight was super high. It came off the face like butter. Wow, that sounded good, that felt great. Wow, honestly, that was really impressive. Really impressive. Honestly, that was so nice. Jeez, that's incredible. That is incredible. Oh, that flag's 190 yards away and it's just finished 2 foot away. God, and it felt good. Like no curvature, beautiful ball flight. That was really nice. I'm struggling to find any negatives at the moment. That was interesting. I didn't flush that. I can tell I didn't flush it because one, the ball flight, I knew it was a bit more from the toe. I could feel the club twist. What was interesting though, I could still get that nice feel. Like it still felt like a softer iron. Where again, maybe on those toey strikes, that might be where the feel might have disappeared. The feel was great, I just didn't middle it. And considering I didn't middle it, it's only 10 yards away from the center line, still pin high. Like it's not horrendous, is it? Oh, that was bad. That was toey. Oh, Ricky, what's it gonna do? Okay, I mean, it's front edge. It's not great. That was a missed strike, serious missed strike, and it's still on the front edge. I mean, it's okay, right? Right, I'm gonna hit some 4-irons and pitching wedges to collect some data, and then we're gonna move on to the MBs. Pitching wedge, 43 degrees, put the flag there at 150. Okay, 4-iron, 20 degrees. I put actually the flag ambitiously at 230. Oh. God, that's so nice. So nice. Superb, really good. Maybe 230 wasn't ambitious. Not ambitious enough. Without proper dive into numbers yet, I'm gonna say something. They are possibly the most impressive forgiving irons I've ever hit. That's all I'm gonna say at the moment. Now, we're gonna move into the MBs. These are the more bladed model, which are more suited to the better players, but apparently, again, the most forgiving blades on the market right now. They're still 3D printed, same technology story as the other two sets of irons. You can definitely see visually the lattice effect, this honeycomb is not as obvious. I don't think they're gonna be able to save quite as much weight in the MB just because there's not as much club. But they've saved some weight, still got the same technology story, tungsten weight in the toe and the heel to help with that MOI. I mean, they are beautiful. They are beautiful, beautiful irons. They really are. I can't critique any angle of that golf club at all. Every angle, it looks perfect to me. I even like just that kind of little bit of toe relief there. Like it just looks like they've just shaved that little bit off at the back. I reckon that's visually behind the ball so you don't see it. Really, really like them. Just a reminder on price. So again, when the limited set came out, only 500 sets, they were priced over £3,000. And listen, people are gonna go crazy and go, £3,000, that's outrageous. It's expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of the technology. Like this isn't just cast or forged, it's 3D printed. That's quite unique, that's quite special. They've now brought out 3 sets, the X, the Tour and the MB. Again, still 3D printed, not limited edition anymore. Price for 7 irons is just over £2,000. So price has come down, granted, and I know it's expensive. And the price is going to keep coming down without question. That is a beautiful looking blade. Wow. Now loft on this is 34 degree for the 7-iron. Oh, I just want to keep, I don't want to hit it. It's too perfect. 180 flag, gorgeous. I don't know, I'm kind of hoping this performs, because again, they're saying the most forgiving blade on the market. I mean, blades aren't easy to hit, of course they're not. But everyone wants that nice look behind the ball, but with a bit of forgiveness. Well, that felt incredible. Maybe I'm being a bit too ambitious for 180. Let's hit a couple more. I mean, that felt perfect. 7,000 RPM spin. Only carried at 164. Maybe again, I'm being a bit ambitious with that distance. Let's see what it does if I hit a few more. That was a little bit more middled. I don't know if I fully, yeah, that's better. I don't think I fully crushed that first one. And it's quite interesting that, because normally with a blade, you can really tell where you've hit it from on the face. And instant feedback is like instant. Almost that first one confused me because it felt so good, yet the performance wasn't that fantastic. I was a bit in between. I was like, is that me or is that the club? Or I can't quite figure this out. Maybe that's the downside of 3D printing, or the more forgiving blade. I'm not getting as much feedback or response as I'm used to with a blade. That felt nice. I'm kind of biting my tongue a little bit longer than normal when I've hit the iron. That first shot confused me a touch, because normally I'm like, yep, middled it, perfect, that's excellent. That first shot, because it felt so good, and I really looked up at the screen like, yeah, it's going to be so good, and it landed 15 yards short of what I expected. I started questioning the response I got from the club. And tour pros or really elite players, they want forgiveness, of course they do, they want to play better golf, but they also want that response. Like, they want to know if they've not quite caught it so they can improve on it and get better. Like I said, that first one just might have been a weird one. I've not experienced it since, but I'm definitely finding that I'm biting my tongue before I give a response. That again felt incredible. If that's not in the hole, I'm going to be surprised. Yeah, it's all right, it's good, it's online. I think it's going to land in the kind of mid 170s, you know, 176, 177 would be a really good hit. That one carried 173. I mean, the rest of the numbers are fantastic. Ball speed's picked up a little bit again. Yeah, lovely. Right, I'm going to hit a few more. That was skinny. That was nice. In a weird way, I'm almost glad I felt that. That was a skinny strike and didn't hit it well. And I'm glad I could feel it. I feel like I've got my touch back again with the clubs. I'm going to put that first one just to the wayside. Forget about that weird first one. I'm going to say something. These feel ridiculously good. They feel really, really, really nice. I don't know if I'm quite getting this feeling that they're super forgiving yet, but I mean, they look good, they feel good. And how forgiving can a blade actually be? Let's be honest. As a set of irons so far, I don't want to stop hitting this 7-iron. I just want to keep standing here and hitting it all day. Very nice. Right, we're gonna have to move on. Let's go pitching wedge and 4-iron, then we can collect some data. Okay, pitching wedge in the MB. This is 46 degrees of loft. Again, just looks like a stunning pitching wedge. Really does. Quite a high toe actually. I like that design. I'm going to hit a few of the pitching wedges. I think the 4-iron, the club next, is going to be an interesting one because again, a 4-iron blade is hard to hit. You don't get a lot of forgiveness. Let's see if these 3D printed irons do. Oh God, I love the looks. Right, pitching wedge 135 yards. Okay, 4-iron. Woo-hoo-hoo. That is a small looking 4-iron. 24 degrees of loft. God, there's not a lot of club head there. There's not a lot to have been 3D printed, that's for sure. Like, look at it's so slim on the bottom, slim on the top line. What's quite interesting here, like, it would make sense if the X's were more expensive than the MBs. Because when you think about it, the X's have got more material, a lot more material. The MBs haven't got as much material. Anyway, let's give this a hit. 215 yard flag. Jeez. I mean, again, this is the real test of a bladed iron. How good can the 4-iron fly? God, it looks tiny. That's done bloody well. I honestly hit that and looked up at the screen thinking, I think I've just topped that 150 yards. It carried 203 for 222. You can tell it wasn't struck well because it kind of ran through the green and didn't really have much stopping power, not much height. That's done very, very well. I mean, that was such a horrible strike. Maybe there's some truth in this forgiveness story. Oh, I've hit that one better, but just slightly pulled it. Catch a bit, catch a bit. Yeah, I'm putting from there. I feel like I just need to I'm just going to try and cut one into that flag. Nice cut, Rick. Nice cut, Rick. Again, that might have been more on me than the club. I don't know what it is when I get to like bladed 4-irons. I feel like I want to become a bit artistic with it. And I shouldn't be. Just trying to hit a straight, a normal golf shot, Rick. That's better. I mean, you're seeing all the variety of shot happening right now. Thin to straight pulls. That one was decent, not nailed. I mean, they're all getting there though, aren't they? They're all around and about the right distance. That's all you can really look at when you look at a blade. It's not so much right to left dispersion because there's so little club head, you're gonna get a bit of right to left dispersion. It's front to back and especially front. Like, you want your bad shots to still be carrying up there. Like, that wasn't a great strike, it still carried at 197. That's okay, I can live with that. Oh, but that's the one I want to live with. See, that's really, you know what, that's really interesting. That was struck as good as I can strike it, and it's matched the same distance as the first shot I hit. That was 202 carry and I struck it like God. The one, when I thinned it and was so disappointed with it, carried 203. That is impressive. That is impressive. Right, let's dive through some numbers. I think you can tell I'm really impressed with this line of irons. I really am. Just even going back to this kind of limited iron I hit, which has again been tweaked slightly and rebranded as the Tour model. That was carrying 180 yards, 126 ball speed, 6,000 spin rate. Really good. And the dispersion was excellent. Tiny. Only hit a few shots, but really good. The X irons, so 7-iron, a little bit stronger than that. That carried at 182 yards on average. Brilliant. Again, spin rate was just under 6,000, which is great for a strong lofted iron. Like, it's 29 degrees. To get 6,000 spin rate is really good. Height was excellent, launch was great, ball speed was 127.5, superb. We saw very similar solid numbers with the pitching wedge, 145 yards of carry with a 43-degree wedge, brilliant. You know, over 8,000 spin. I have seen higher, of course, but I've got to remember this is a forgiving iron. It's not a blade, this is a forgiving iron. So really good numbers there as well. And in the 4-iron, that was a rocket ship. 222 yards of average carry distance, just under 4,000 spin rate, which is superb for a forgiving 4-iron. 141 ball speed. Dispersion right to left is a little bit wide, kind of maybe a bit of user error, but front to back, I mean, there's only 4 yards of standard deviation, which is nothing. Like, from furthest to shortest, there was only 4 yards. That's excellent. Let's have a look at the blades next. And then just seeing even the flip side of that, so we've still got the limited iron, which again is the new Tour one, at 180. We see the 7-iron of the MB drop a little bit in distance, definitely. I think that first shot, where I thought I'd ripped it and it was a little bit shorter, kind of dropped the average numbers down a fraction, but still 173 yards on average carry distance for a 34-degree lofted iron is really solid. 6,500 spin, great. You can see it's 500 RPM spin more than the Tour model. Like, really good numbers. And if you look at the top there, look at the dispersion. Again, very similar to that Tour. In fact, the Tour was slightly better, but even that yellow circle, really, really small. Pitching wedge, unbelievable numbers. 136 carry for a 46-degree wedge, superb. over 9,000 spin on average, brilliant. But the big thing I want to look at again is that dispersion. There was only 1 yard of standard deviation, so there's only 1 yard difference at 136, which is so good. And then the 4-iron, like really good numbers. Spin incredibly high for a 4-iron, like nearly 5,000 spin, which is super. What I was most impressed with that 4-iron, listen, a bladed 4-iron is hard to hit. I'm not going to stand here and hit time and time again every perfect shot. And you can see the deviation, the dispersion right to left was a little bit wider, but front to back, it was outstanding. It was outstanding. I'm really impressed with the irons. Yes, do I want them to be a bit cheaper? Of course I do, because I want more people to use them. Do I think 3D printing is going to catch on? Don't know. My evidence of these should be yes. I feel like it should catch on, but there's got to be more competitors come into this world. Like I feel like if TaylorMade get into the mix, Callaway get into the mix, I'm sure they've probably even tried it, then everyone is going to be more competitive and surely the price is going to drop. Maybe that's the plan for 2026 iron launch. Maybe it's all about 3D printing, who knows? But Cobra are definitely winning the race so far. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, lots more to come, and we'll see you next time.